The wait is over, MIT. It is your blue team.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kate, and I'm here with Andy, Isam, and Jenny. It is our honor to introduce Census, an at-home screening device for those at risk of peripheral neuropathy. Now, please close your eyes. Imagine that you're walking on a beach. Imagine that you can feel the warm sand between your toes. Now, please open your eyes. That sounds like a pretty nice experience, right? Well, for those with peripheral neuropathy, they're having a much different sensation. Peripheral neuropathy is caused by nerve damage in the extremities of the body. Often starting at the tips of your toes, it works its way throughout the foot, often causing numbing, pain, and weakness. Because of this loss of sensation, people with peripheral neuropathy have to be extremely careful, whether it's accidentally stepping on something sharp and leading to infection, to misstepping and causing a fatal fall, and driving puts their lives and the lives of their loved ones in danger. We wanted to focus in on a subset of people with peripheral neuropathy, specifically those whose condition results from diabetes. In the United States, 13% of adults are diabetic, and of this group, half of them experience some form of peripheral neuropathy in their lifetime. Thankfully, doctors have a variety of ways to test for peripheral neuropathy, one of which is the Sams-Weinstein test. This test is done by having the doctor poke different locations on the patient's foot and ask questions, helping the doctor determine how much sensation the patient still has. But what happens if the symptoms appear much earlier than their next doctor's appointment? By that time, detection is far too late and there's been significant nerve damage. That's why we wanted to design a product that causes early detection and early active prevention. That's why we designed Census.
Census automates the peripheral neuropathy screening process by testing 5 points on a patient's foot. We chose these points strategically because they represent the progression of PN over time. PN starts at the tip of a patient's foot and gradually makes its way down toward their heel. Now, let's see Census in action. We'll conduct an abbreviated test with Jenny, who is here today representing our user, a diabetic at risk for peripheral neuropathy. Let's get started. Jenny will place her feet on Census. Census will automatically detect when Jenny's feet are in position, and that grayed out begin button will turn blue. Census starts with Jenny's right foot. The filament corresponding to her heel will rise and tap her foot, mirroring the Sams-Weinstein test. Because Jenny still feels sensation in her right foot, she'll answer yes. Census will now repeat the test at the same location, except this time it'll perform a fake test. Fake tests are used by doctors to determine when a patient can and cannot feel a tap on their foot. In our case, a fake test mimics the sound of a real test, except this time it doesn't tap the user's foot. Because Jenny didn't feel a tap during the fake test, she'll answer no. Census now moves on to Jenny's left foot, where unfortunately she's experiencing symptoms of PN. Census will tap her foot, but this time Jenny won't feel it. She'll answer no. At the end of the test, Jenny will see her results. The green dot means that Jenny feels sensation in her right heel, whereas the red dot means that Jenny may have lost sensation in the ball of her left foot. Because Jenny didn't get a perfect score, Census recommends that she see a doctor. If Jenny ever wants to see this or a previous test again, she can do so in the app as well.
And it's that easy. Thank you, Jenny, for representing our user. When a user begins the test, they position their feet using the metal aligners. A capacitive sensor recognizes the heel and turns Census on. This keeps the entire experience on the app, so the user does not have to bend over to turn Census on. The customizable foot inserts are interchangeable, so Census can be manufactured to fit almost anyone and ensures their feet are tested in the correct points. Let's take a look under the hood. Our base plate has 10 filament modules, with 5 per side, capturing the most pressure-intensive parts of the foot. Each module uses a crank rocker system. This system consists of the crank rocker, a sliding platform, a limit switch, and a filament piece. We chose this system for its compact height, relative precision, and a quick speed for rapid testing. Now, let's get it moving. When a test begins, the motor rotates the crank, and the attached peg provides an upward force on the sliding platform, transparent here, moving the filament piece closer to the foot. When it reaches the foot, the piece comes down and the spring is compressed, pushing in the limit switch and triggering it. This signals that the foot has been tapped with sufficient force. In turn, the crank rocker reverses its motion, bringing the sliding platform and the filament piece down to its original height to fit within the casing. We didn't stop there. One of our biggest challenges was balancing adjustability for different foot sizes with compactness. To address this, we've created a base plate with holes for a wide range of shoe sizes, ensuring a variety of patients can screen for peripheral neuropathy in the comfort of their own home. All of this is housed in a sleek thermoform casing designed to seamlessly fit into any home environment.
We wanted to make Census as easily accessible for our users as possible. To do this, we started the process when a doctor recommends that a patient screens more regularly with our product. As soon as this happens, a Census is customized and manufactured for our user. After that, it's as simple as the doctor teaching the patient how to do at-home testing, and then the patient is able to take Census home for personal use. We have split the cost of our Census product down into 4 different components: SG&A, R&D, manufacturing, and profit. As a result, Census costs $200 to the user. And we have pretty big aspirations. When it comes to actually selling our product, we're looking to focus in New England for the first 2 to 3 years. But beyond that, we're hoping to ship across the country. With Census, we believe that monitoring your health should not be limited to a doctor's office. Thank you.
Thank you, Blue Team. Hello! I am the BFG, the big, friendly guardian of design. It's a beautiful evening here in Kindtopia Court, and Blue Team, what a terrific, touching presentation. I certainly sensed your enthusiasm. I'm filamented with pride. So now, let's take the test. Yes, it's time for live Q&A. Viewers, submit your questions as soon as you think of them during the presentations. Otherwise, it might be too late for us to include them. Welcome, students of Blue Team, and joining in our team instructors too. Greetings. It's great to see all of you. Are you ready for 4 minutes of questions? Our first question is from Silas in Massachusetts. Does it randomize so that patients can't predict what to expect, so that they don't just say yes or no based on knowing a correct sequence of answers?
Hi, everyone. I'm Eva, and I'll be delegating the questions for the Blue Team. Thank you so much for that first question, and I'm going to pass that off to my teammate, Jessica.
Yeah, so you're completely right in terms of that we randomize tests. The web server that the Census connects to randomize the location and if it's a fake test or a real test or not. So that way that the user cannot predict whether they should click yes or no.
Thank you. This is a question from an electrical engineer in California. Does the user have to move around the modules depending on their foot size?
Thank you so much for that question. I'm going to pass that to my teammate, Amanda.
That's a great question. So when you order Census, you are at a doctor's office and the doctor orders it for you. And so the doctor will actually measure your foot and it's custom made for your specific foot size. And so you don't ever have to move it around. It'll be custom made for your foot.
And here's another question from California. How much force is behind the tap? Does it matter what surface Census is placed on? I saw that it was on top of a carpet in your demo.
Great question. Yeah, Lydia can answer that.
Hi, Eva. Thanks for that question. So the filament provides around 0.6 newtons of force, which is not very much. It's enough that you can feel it even on calloused skin, but there's no risk of any pain. And the base is sheet metal, so it's quite stiff. So it shouldn't matter if the Census is sitting on like a hardwood floor or a carpet. It's always going to be, the motion is going to be against that metal base plate. So it shouldn't be affected by the actual surface that you place it on.
Thank you. Here's a question from Ronak. Can this be used for multiple patients, or is the product personalized to the foot shape of each patient?
Thank you so much for that question. I'm going to pass that to my teammate, Brittany.
Thanks, Eva. So every product is perfectly customized to an individual user. At the moment, we're exploring capabilities where you can potentially send back your product to the manufacturer and we can reconfigure the product for an additional user. But at the moment, it's customized and individualized to every specific user.
Thank you. Casey from El Salvador asks, how did you find this idea?
Thank you. That's a really good question. I'm going to pass that also back to my teammate, Jessica.
Yeah, so I actually have family members that are doctors and nurses, and they mentioned that this is a really simple test that could easily be sort of automated in a sense. And we started exploring upon this idea, and it seemed like really promising and really fits in the theme of kindness.
Thank you, team. It's felt like a fleeting moment, but it's time to say, blew by. We're sending you off with a tribute. Blue, blue.